Alrighty then, greetings everybody and welcome back to another Honkai Star Rail video. And for today's video, we'll actually be using Hyacine on Vago Juice's account. So what does that exactly hint at? It means that we're going to be whaling indirectly. I'm not whaling, none of my money is being used here, but we are on a whale's account, and that is because for today's video, as you can see right here, there's an E1 and E2 that needs to be unlocked. So let me go through the plan of the video. We'll be showcasing Hyacine with her E0 to E2, showing what she does, and I'll be explaining to you guys, giving you my personal thoughts on it. But before even getting into any of this, I should say one thing. Before I say that, let's go into the showcase, shall we? So, I think a really hard part about showcasing Hyacine is the fact that we're on a whale's account. And the reason why that's so hard is because me realistically showing you, oh, she does all of this is very hard because everybody here is E2. Excuse me, I just burped. Everybody here is E2, right? Obviously, Trailblazer is E6 because you get him E6 during the story. But I mean, with that being said, it is actually very hard to just showcase what everybody does individually. Right, like it's more abundant for characters like Triby and Castorice, right? Like right here, there's a literal visual difference right there, as you can see. So it's obviously a little more easier when being compared. But her E0, it doesn't really do much. We all kind of already know what it does. I will be explaining what her E1 does though when time comes, right? It's just a bit sad because I don't really like Hyacine too much. I'm going to be completely honest, right? She isn't really my favorite character by a long shot, but she isn't the worst, I would say that much for sure. It's just, she's just kind of too colorful, in my opinion. She looks more like a Genshin character than anything else. Actually, somebody commented that in a video recently, and I didn't know who they were talking about until I saw the character. And I was like, oh wow, that makes so much more sense, and until they told me. But yeah, so this is what I'm kind of like talking about. We low-key just TOD'd them 4 million damage. If you don't know what a TOD means, this means touch of death. But it's like, this is what I mean. It's very hard for me to be like, Hyacine contributes this much. You can't really see it. But let me explain what her E1 does. Her E1 is kind of like a LC and something else, right? So, damn, I just burped again, I'm so sorry. So right here, it increases everybody's max HP by 50% when her ult state is up. And this is the LC part that I was talking about. This is similar to that Battle Pass LC that a lot of people were using on Gallagher in the Castorice teams. After using an attack, immediately restores HP by the amount equal to 8% of Hyacine's max HP. Let's get that juicy Eidolon, right, and get to the next showcase. So when we're in our ult state, you'll see the difference in HP, and I will also show a screenshot or just show some form of comparison for you guys can see the difference from last run to this run, because there's going to be a difference. But I mean, in all realness, it's not really gonna be that abundant. Well, I mean, it is going to be abundant, but I mean, it's not really gonna change much of the outcome. We're still gonna get the 0 cycle, but I guess well, right there you could already see the difference. Obviously there's gonna be a screenshot so you guys could see. I can't really see much of a difference at all, but you guys can, and then that's what's more important. You guys can see it. It's all right. I mean, we're definitely clearing armor faster because we just have so much more HP. Oh wow, now that is a difference. Oh my god, I could just tell 10k 11k. This guy's no offense to Vago Juice, but his Castorice isn't relatively the best build ever, but this is still relatively sugoi. And I guess this is a thing that changes in the run. We still did a lot of damage though. What the fuck? That was an incredible amount of damage, all things considered. I mean, we're still gonna get the 0 cycle. It's like this is the sad part about whales is that, I mean, that's a lot of damage. Holy shit. But what the fuck? Wow, she had no reason to be doing all of that. I swear to God. Oh my god, this is the sad part about whaling. You can't really see the difference if you're just clearing everything so fast, right? But I mean, it's whatever. It's whatever, right? So now that her E2, I highly forgot what her E2 thing does. If I recall correctly, it's just a speed increase, similar to Ho-Ho's E1. Does it even have Ho-Ho? Yeah, it's kind of like her E1, I believe. I could be wrong, but let's check it out right now. Enough with the stalling. When an ally target's HP decreases, speed increases by 30%. Okay, well, this doesn't really do much, but let's get that juicy Eidolon. It's just a speed increase. I don't know if it's the ally speed that gets increased or Hyacine speed that gets increased. We'll find that out in game. So let's just go to the showcase, shall we? And in all honesty, though, there is a difference, and man, this video is going by too fast. I think what I'm gonna do though. Oh wait, hold on. So we all got attacked here. Let's check. Okay, so it's us. We get the speed increase. Now the issue with that though is that doesn't really, castorice doesn't really want speed. That is definitely unfortunate. But you see it right here. We all have a speed increase. But I mean, nevertheless, this is still, well, it's cool. I'm gonna be completely honest. I think that's probably the worst E2 in the game. I could be wrong. Definitely the worst 3.0 unit E2. That's really bad. That is actually really bad. I was not suspecting that. They could have done a million different things. I would have never suspected E2 to just do that. Wow. I don't know. I'm kind of disappointed. That is very underwhelming. Her E2 is just a speed increase. Would have never suspected that. I mean, more speed is definitely appreciated. Sugoi, don't get me wrong. But I mean, in the grand scheme of things, that for castorice at least, it's not really that big of a issue. For any other team, trust me when I say that, that is really good, 100%. But look at that, bro. That's crazy. For any other team, that is definitely Sugoi. But I feel like for castorice, that doesn't really help her too much. And considering Hyacine was kind of marketed and advertised as castorice's best in slot, definitely. Oh my god, the damage is insane. Definitely good. Hyacine is well, helping her with the damage by giving more HP. I will say that much. That's crazy, actually. That is crazy. But before we end this video, I actually do want to do one more meme team, so we'll be doing that right now. Yeah, I kind of just had to do it. This is a team that I use in this video right here. Obviously, I use this team on my account. I have a very normal account, in my opinion. I don't really whale. So I kind of want to see how this team feels on the actual Whales account. And hopefully we can get the 0 cycle. I mean, let's be for real, we're definitely going to be getting the 0 cycle for teams such as this. Acheron is E2, JQ is E1, S1, S1, everybody here is obviously S1. The E2s are everybody besides JQ. So this team is definitely going to be funny. I think I'm gonna have a fun time using this team. That is for sure. 1 million damage with Acheron. That's actually an absurd amount. Shouldn't be possible in my opinion, but it is at this state of the game. I'm gonna be for real. 1 million is just crazy. And how much are we gonna do here? This is gonna be not too much because of the damage reduction, but the fact that we're almost doing 100k. The fact that we did do 100k with 90% damage reduction is very interesting, right? That is a stupidly thick number. 200k is actually really good though. Okay, I do want to do one thing though, and that is I want to see Acheron's ultimate. So we're going to be using Acheron's ultimate right here, seeing how much damage we could do here, and we should just clear. Yeah, oh, well that didn't do 1 million, what the hell? But I mean, that's crazy. I don't know, it's very interesting. Because that right there, I don't know how to explain this besides when you're using a character with and Eidolon, I'm gonna be so honest, you feel the difference. You could feel it. When I mean, the only character that I've ever had Eidolons are that's a limited 5-star is Acheron, because I love Acheron so much. So I got her E2 when she on her first rerun. When she first rerun, I just repeated myself. Holy crap! And I felt the difference. I felt that, right? I can't really feel the difference between E0 Hyacine and E2. I felt the difference when I did a comparison on this lovely man's account, Bagel Juice, from E0 Tribute to E2. The difference was there. Same thing with E0 Castorice and E2. The difference was there, right? And I just can't feel it here. It doesn't have that oomph, you know, that feeling that like you could really just, it hooks you on. You feel that. I don't know. I don't want to be too negative, especially since this isn't my account and this isn't my money being wasted. Bagel Juice is a very humble and loving guy, though. I don't think he'll be too upset point blank. Period. But damn, this is interesting. I guess it's because, I'm gonna be honest, I guess it's because this boss is so catered towards Castorice that I can't really feel the difference right now. I probably might feel the difference in a later MLC. Knowing Bagel Juice, he probably might allow me to use his account in the future. So I might do a follow-up video in the future once we get a new MLC that isn't shilling the balls out of Castorice. Because again, I can't feel it. I just can't. And I hate saying that, because it's very weird. It's very weird. I don't want to say the word, but or the phrase, but it low-key feels like a waste of money, and it's very weird saying that. So I'm not gonna say that with my chest out yet, because again, this MLC is catered towards Castorice in a horrible way. So next MLC, I do want to talk to Bagel Juice to see if I can use this account again. Because this is interesting. This really, like, the difference really wasn't abundant, you know? Like, her E2 is no joke Huohuo's E1, but worse, in my opinion, because Huohuo's E1 gives you a speed increase, and it extends her talent by 1 turn. So, you get, it's crazy. While this is just, you know, I don't know. I feel like as Huohuo's E1 is a little worse, or roughly the same. This is only 2 turns, while Huohuo gives you a 12% speed increase for 3 turns. Think about that, right? And again, this doesn't really go alongside with Castorice. Castorice doesn't want speed. This is good. Excuse me, I just burped again. This is good for Jinglu, 100%. And her E, just more speed for every. Oh, okay, never mind. Trace enhances for every 1 excess speed, so just more crit damage. Her E6 is really good. Her E6 low-key should have been her E2, and they should have just thrown her E2 out completely. Just gone a new E6. Like, I can just tell right here. All type res pen. Yeah, that's insane. I can just tell that is really good. High key, maybe if you put this as her E6, just increase that by like 5 or even 10, that would be insane. Like, actually nutty. Interesting. Not only does she look like a Genshin character, she's very weird. As per usual, if you guys like this type of content, please do consider liking, commenting, and subscribing. And thank you guys so much for tuning in. See ya. Thank you for the views.